There's a commercial opportunity coming to Kanata that most people won't even hear about until it's already gone. And right now, there's a small group of buyers that are getting early access to it. And if you've ever thought about owning your own commercial space instead of leasing it, this is exactly the type of opportunity you'll wait for. Most business owners lease space for years, sometimes even decades, and at the end of it, they don't own anything. No equity, no control, just rising costs. And for investors, commercial real estate often feels out of reach. Too complex, too expensive, or just unclear on where to start. So what ends up happening is that people wait. By the time a real opportunity shows up, well, it's already gone. Now, what I'm seeing right now is different. This is a commercial condo-style development in one of the fastest growing pockets of Kanata. It's designed for both business owners and investors who want something more accessible, more practical, and more controllable. Each unit has direct access from the outside, so it functions like your own storefront. No internal hallways, no complicated layouts, just clean, usable commercial space. And there's a limited number of units in a single building, which naturally creates scarcity. And based on how these types of opportunities typically move, it's likely that this will be absorbed relatively quickly once it becomes fully public. Not because of hype, but because the format, the price point, and the location tend to attract a very specific type of buyer. When you look at Kanata North specifically, you're looking at one of the strongest employment hubs in all of Ottawa. You've got a high concentration of tech companies, consistent population growth, and a very stable, high-income workforce. And commercial real estate tends to follow that. It follows rooftops, it follows the jobs, it follows the income. And that's exactly what we're seeing here in Kanata. And from my perspective, this is where it gets interesting and where most people miss the bigger picture. And when you look at who actually lives and works in this area, you're dealing with a very structured, high-performing workforce. A lot of these tech professionals have above average incomes, they have organized schedules, but more importantly, many of these employees have extended health benefits through their employers. And that changes how money gets spent. It means a portion of their spending on services like physio, chiro, massage therapy, and so on is already supported. It's not purely discretionary. It's built into how they use their compensation. So what you get is consistent, repeat usage of those services, not just when something goes wrong, but as part of their routine. And when I look at spaces like this, I'm obviously thinking of chiros, physios, massage therapists, dental, or small fitness or even yoga studios. These aren't trend-based businesses. They're tied into income, structure, and of course, benefits. And when you have a dense, high-income employment base like Kanata, those services tend to follow. So if you're in one of those industries and you're currently leasing, this is where owning your space becomes a very different conversation. And even if you're not in one of those categories, the real question becomes, does your business match the type of demand that already exists in this area? From a structure standpoint, this is also what makes it interesting. Pricing is roughly around $700 per square foot, and the deposit structure is staged, so you're not having to put everything in up front. And you've got the initial deposit followed by structured payments over time. And each unit includes dedicated parking. Utilities are individually metered, and the condo structure takes care of things like snow removal, landscaping, and exterior maintenance. And from an ownership standpoint, it's relatively clean and straightforward. So this opportunity is early stage, and construction is expected to start in the spring of 2027, with closing projected in the spring of 2028. So we're a little bit a ways. And this is pretty important because early stage positioning is where the advantage is created. Now, to be clear, I can't release all the details publicly just yet, but I can walk you through everything on a one-on-one basis. And right now, this is still in that early window where I can have these conversations and potentially match the right buyers to the right units. And once this hits the public market, MLS and CoStar and so on, that's when it becomes open season. And at that point, you're competing with everyone else who's just hearing about it for the first time. And this actually ties into something that I talked about recently in a video on how off-market opportunities actually work. Because the reality is, most of the best commercial deals never even make it to the public market. They're happening through conversations, through relationships, and through people who are already positioned ahead of time. Most investors wait until something is listed, but by then, you're reacting and you're competing with everyone else. The people who consistently get access to these types of opportunities are the ones who already are in the conversation. They've already expressed what they're looking for. They've already built the relationship. So when something comes up like this, they're not starting from scratch. They're already positioned. And this opportunity is just one example of how that actually plays out in real time. All right, so I'm going to wrap up the video here. If you want to understand whether this fits what you're looking for, go to my website or reach out to me directly. All my contact details are below. I always tell everybody, start with the readiness quiz. Let's have a conversation. Let's position ourselves and determine if this commercial space is something that you're looking for. Because once it actually is released and the public has access to this, the dynamics change completely. And at that point, you're no longer early, you're just competing with everyone else. So again, go to my website at marcbelangerrealty.com, go down, book a call with me through my Calendly link. Let's discuss this opportunity in more detail. I'd be happy to provide you all the details. And once it's released publicly, of course, I'll have even more details that I'll be able to share. So again, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much. I look forward to putting these types of videos out on a weekly basis. Until the next video, stay smart, stay invested. I'll see you in the next video.